the deal. When I'm doing life, as we all do, if I'm in the line at the grocery store or visiting with whoever's cutting my hair or just in life, and somebody says to me, what do you do for a living? I know I'm going to get one of three responses. I guarantee I'm going to get one of three responses. Somebody says, what do you do for a living? And so, if I'm really honest with you, sometimes like I want to lie. Like I want to go, oh, I work in human relations. I'm a counselor. But when I say I'm a pastor, I'm going to get one of three responses every time. I'm going to get one of three. So the first one I will get is I'll say, well, I'm a pastor, and the conversation will change. It will go, this person who just said to me, boy, it is hot as hell out there, will suddenly go, well, glory, Pastor, hallelujah, Jesus lives. Like, something just changed here. Second response will be, or second option is, I'll say, well, I'm a pastor, and I'll get the need for a counselor. Oh, Pastor, I'm going through a hard season of my life right now, and I just need someone to talk to. And see, now at that point, I have to decide what I'm going to do in that moment. Am I going to suddenly go deaf? Am I going to remember I forgot something and I need to get out of line and go get it? Or am I going to let them open up? Or the third one I'll get is, I'll tell them, okay, what do you do for work? I'm a pastor, and they'll go, oh, I'm not really religious. And I will say, neither am I. And they'll go, I really don't like religious people. Neither do I. We're buddies. We got a lot in common. We don't like the same people. But unfortunately, when it comes to religion, there's a negative connotation. There's a negative label to religion because it seems like a sect or a strict set of laws or some do's and don'ts, and it really removes the beauty, the purity of being a Christ follower. Being a Christ follower is about a relationship with Jesus. It's built on relationship. It's not built on religion. Okay? And in fact, religion really brings bondage. Now, this is our last week, and I want to remind us that our working definition of toxic is anything that's poisonous that can bring sickness or death. And whether that's spiritually, relationally, financially, emotionally, anything poisonous that can bring sickness or death. And when we start getting into toxic religion, it perverts the purity of the message of God's love. It steals from it. It steals from it through a set of traditions. It steals from it through perhaps being selfish, some selfish gain. It steals from it out of ignorance. When we begin to step into a religious place, we steal from grace. I want to read Galatians chapter 1, but before I do, let me give you the background on it. Galatians is a letter written by Paul. Paul went around and started churches in different cities and different communities, and he started a church in this place called Galatia. And he went there with the gospel, with the good news of Jesus, and he started this church. And so after he started church, he would leave and he would write letters back to the churches, either to encourage them, or to correct them, or just to touch base and say hi. And in this particular letter, this particular part of the letter, Paul's really writing this from a place of anger. He's angry in what he's saying, because there's a group of people that are called Judaizers, and Judaizers were coming in and perverting the gospel. They're perverting the truth that Paul had taught when he started this church in Galatia. And so Paul's responding to that. And he says, here's what he says in Galatians 1:6. He says, I am astonished that you are so quickly deserting the one who called you by the grace of Christ, and are turning to a different gospel, which is really no gospel at all. Evidently, some people are throwing you into confusion and are trying to pervert the gospel of Christ. Now, how this particular group of people were trying to pervert the gospel of Christ is they were coming into the Galatian church and saying, look, that message of Jesus, that idea of love, that concept of grace, that's really cool. And that's really good. And I'm sure you feel warm inside. But the truth of the matter, it doesn't work unless you're circumcised. And so these Galatians were like, really? Yeah. Yeah, like, unless you're circumcised, which is kind of weird to talk about in church, isn't it? Unless you're circumcised, you're not really a Christ follower. And so Paul is addressing that. And he's saying, no, that's not it at all. I mean, and I'm really grateful that Paul addressed that. Wouldn't that be a problem if that was how we worked church today? Like, who'd like to become a Christ follower today? Good, we have a scalpel waiting. I mean, we have a hard time getting people to get baptized in water. We're going to schedule a circumcision. But these guys are coming in and perverting the gospel, trying to add to it. Let me tell you something. Jesus plus anything is toxic religion. Jesus plus anything is religion. It's that simple. When I turned 33 years old, my wife Tracy got me a birthday gift. She got me an autographed Larry Bird basketball. Larry Bird wore the number 33, and I'm a Celtics fan. And I'm trying to be a Suns fan. I'm trying. Okay? Yeah. Give me grace. So, she bought me this basketball, leather ball, autographed by Larry Bird, for my 33rd birthday. And so when we got the ball, we bought this really cool case. We bought this case. It had an oak bottom on it, and a little pedestal in it, and a plexiglass, hard plexiglass cover that would go over the top of it. And we put this case on that ball and put it up on a shelf. And people would come into the house and they would go, "Is that an autographed Larry Bird basketball?" And we would say, "Yeah." They go, "No way, that ball is so cool." And they walk around, that's cool. A leather basketball, what's the story? Well, Tracy gave me my birthday. That's a great, look at that ball. Man, that's autographed by Larry Bird. And all of the people that came in our house that looked at that ball and complimented that ball, not one person talked about the plexiglass case. Which is who we should be. We need to be a showcase for His grace. That no one is impressed with us as much as they're impressed with what He's doing in us. Are you with me? When we start falling into toxic religion becomes focused on the external rather than the internal. It's an external focus, objective rather than internal. In the Hebrew law, there were 613 laws. There were 613 laws. And it was considered if you broke one of them, you broke all of them. And so the question was, well, why was there so many? There's no way you could keep all those laws. Exactly. That's why there were so many. So you would realize you can't do it without Him. That the standard of our own effort, the standard of our own energy, the standard of our own guidelines, do's and don'ts, will never measure up. We will never go a day without failing one of 613 laws, which is why we need Him. Amen. And maybe you sit here and go, no, we can do that. Well, let's just pull up the 10 easy ones. How about the first 10 commandments? I'm not going to talk about how many animals we should sacrifice for what situation. Let's just talk about the 10 commandments. Who, quite honestly, everyone in this room has probably broken every one of them. And right now you might be thinking, well, I've never killed anyone. Wanted to on Grand in Sun City in the afternoon. Wanted to, but happened. But Jesus says, if you think ill of a brother, that's the same as murder. So the truth of the matter is, we can't even keep the big 10. Why? Because we need Him. And anything added to Him is religion. And anything added to Him is external, it is internal. Are you with me? Are you with me? Because toxic religion promotes some certain attitudes. Toxic religion promotes pride. In church circles, in Christian circles, pride looks like this. I'm right, you're wrong. Everybody else is wrong. Everybody's wrong. Like our church, we use guitars. How cool is that? You don't? You guys are missing it. Our church, oh, we preach the whole Bible from front to back. That's our church. We preach the Bible in the air. Our church, we teach verse by verse and look at every single verse. Which when I hear that, I'm thinking, are you kidding me? How do you pay attention that long? Like, verse, squirrel! What? There's no way! Our church has a choir. Our church, and the truth of the matter is, let me tell you something. Listen to me. At City Church, here's the deal. We have a great band. We have a great band. We have a great band. We have Lisa. We have a great band. You with me? We have a great building. I love this old building. This is a great building. Last service, only Catherine and I liked the building. We have a great building. We have great donuts. Yeah. Dude, have you had one of those donuts? I mean, amazing. Chocolate, sprinkles, come on. We have outstanding greeters and first impressions going on. Yep. Great job. Great job. We have a great children's ministry. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. We have a great children's ministry. We have outlandish preaching. Now, we just love Jesus. That's all we can. We're going to do our best to be a showcase for Him. We're going to do our best with the music and the best with the children. We're going to do the best that we can as we prepare our messages and greeting the door. We're going to have the best notes we can have. We're going to be the best showcase we can. But really, all we have at City Church is Jesus. That's all we have. And the truth of the matter is, we like all the other churches. We're not in competition. This isn't a competition today. We bless the other churches. We want the other churches to grow. A rising tide lifts all ships. We want churches to be blessed. We believe in them. We pray for them. I meet with pastors from several churches, several pastors throughout every month. I have close friends with other churches. I have close friends that we completely disagree theologically, but I pray for their church. And I'm not saying that he's wrong and I'm right. I'm saying we just disagree, but we love each other enough to come away from the table praying for each other because we want the other churches to succeed. Listen to me. If every person in the valley in this Phoenix Valley decided to go to church on the same day, there's not enough chairs to hold them. Okay? We like other churches. We want their sound system. Clear on that. We want their sound system. Luke 18:9. To some who were confident of their own righteousness and looked down at everybody else, Jesus told this parable. Two men went up to the temple to pray, one a Pharisee, the other a tax collector. The Pharisee stood up, muttering these 3 words, and prayed about himself. God, I thank you that I am not like other men, robbers, evildoers, adulterers, or even like this tax collector. Lord, in case you forget, I fast twice a week and give 10th of all I get. And who prays like that? Prays like that. Listen. It's not about having it all figured out. Listen. Nobody. When we all get to heaven, when we all see Jesus face to face, I promise you, there's not one single person He's going to go, "You're the guy. You're the one that has it all figured out. You're the guy." And King's going to go, no one's going to get there and get that from Jesus. It's just not going to happen. Oh, you're the guy. Listen, when we start walking in religious pride, when we start walking in that toxic religious pride, what happens is our joy gets stolen from us. Our joy will be taken from us Because we will never achieve, we'll never succeed, we'll never be enough, we'll never. And there'll be no joy. And when we don't have any joy, then we start walking around and become cynical. And what happens when cynicism sits in, when we stop being cynical, then we start being hypocritical. And then we start being hypocritical, now we become judgmental. And now we're the judge, jury, and executioner because there's no joy in us. Because I can never reach this level of religious level that I need to reach, and this false standard that somebody has set for me. That's the danger of religious pride. How does our joy get stolen? Here's one way our joy gets stolen. When I meet people like this. Hey man, how you doing? How you doing? Pastor, I'm really blowing with this stuff. I'm really not good. I keep messing up. I keep falling down. I just have no joy because I just keep messing up. I just have no joy because I just keep messing up. So the only time you have joy is when you don't sin? So you're never going to be happy. My Bible says the joy of the Lord is my strength, not my performance, nor my failures. Some of you should memorize that verse because you're very joyful. Let me, if I could take a few minutes, and I'm just going to be really, I'm just going to let the rubber hit the road for a little bit. Be really direct on spiritual pride. Spiritual pride can look like this. These are some symptoms of spiritual pride in the church. Spiritual pride can look like this. Well, frankly, you don't have a program for me. Frankly, maybe you should start one. Well, I don't really like the way the children's program functions. Well, maybe you should step in there and help. Well, I just have this consumer mentality. Because here's what I do. I go to church. I want to go to church and have church treat me like Outback Steakhouse. So when I go to Outback Steakhouse and I order my steak medium, you bring it medium well, I'm sending it back. You bring it medium rare, I'm sending that sucker back. And the second time I send it back, now you're paying for my third steak. I come to church. Look, I'll try it once. You don't sing the song I like? I don't know. We'll come next week, see if at 9 o'clock any better than 10:30. I don't know. We'll show up at 10:30. Oh, are you kidding me? The donuts are gone? The donuts are gone. Do you people not know how many people attend? You can't buy the right amount of donuts? Really? I can't find myself staying here much longer. Last week you sung that one song, this week, no donuts. I'm out. And we laugh at that, but we know that it's true. Especially for one boy. This is a sensitive one. How real can I be? So we can have that spiritual pride that says program. Another spiritual pride that we can walk in is we can easily leave a church for this. No one even says hi to me. No one even said hi to me. Like I want to practice with you. Okay, let's practice. You say hi first. Well done. Hi. Look at that. Somebody said hi. How about them apples? You mean I always have to say hi first? Maybe. Nobody even shook my hand. Stick yours out. Here's what I really do. I try to use some humor to really soften the blow you're about to get. As I was preparing for this week, I've thought this through over and over. And my next statement may be an overstatement. I'm going to make a couple balancing statements. My next statement may be an overstatement, but I don't think that it is. I can't think of it. Jesus is coming. can't think of an error in what I'm about to say. The second thing I want to say is there are times that Jesus calls us from one community to another community. There are times that Jesus has us leave one church to another church. It's far more rare to be blamed for it. It's far more rare to be blamed for it. It's far more rare to be blamed for it. But there are times. So my next statement is an unbalanced statement. Now that you know where I stand, like, if you want to learn the right way to leave a church, I'll help you. But so there is a right way. But I'm going to make an unbalanced statement. Here's the deal. I don't remember in my mind, pastoring a long time, anyone that's ever left the church while they were investing in somebody else, while they were discipling. I have yet to see that. You're investing in someone, which we all should mature to be. We're all supposed to produce fruit. We're all to be raising up disciples. We're all to be investing in other people. Christianity is not about me to gain. It's for me to grow and to let that fruit help somebody else grow. And if I'm not discipling someone, I get bored and think I need to leave the church. And that's spiritual pride. And it's always somebody else's fault. This would have been a good place to put a smiley face. As your pastor, I've said this all through this toxicity thing. If I'm not honest with you, I'm failing. Okay? Another symptom of spiritual pride is that we rebel against authority. And I've not dealt with this here. When our pastor says to us, "Oh no, what you're doing in life, that's wrong. That's sin. I'm going to call you out on that. Don't do that." What do we do? Fine. I'm going to find a church where they like me. In other words, I'm going to find a church that will embrace how wrong I am. I'm not going to submit to authority. Spiritual pride. Do you know, submission, let me talk a little bit about that word submission, because it for a lot of us, it has a real negative connotation, and it should not. The truth of submission is this. The truth of submission is that when I submit to someone, I'm putting myself in their protection. Okay? I submit to you to be under your protection. Now, granted, that word submission and that lordship and place of authority has been abused and has gotten out of order in a whole lot of different ways. You're going to submit to me, or I'm going to knock your head off, and you're going to watch it roll down the stairs. Remember when Dad said it to me, I'm like, no, that's not going to work. Not going to work. No, submission is that I put myself in a place of protection. I'm protected when I submit to you. I'm safe. And here's the beauty of submission. Here's the freedom of submission. True protected submission is this. I can disagree with decisions. I can disagree with what that person I'm under is doing and still be free and still love them and still be safe and still let them bring direction to my life. Because I'm protected. Okay? Do we like what happened in Virginia yesterday? No. Could God have stopped it? Yes. Do I agree with his decision not to? No. I still submit. Because I'm safe. Does that make sense? Amen. Or, another symptom of religious toxicity is, I call it pride in the negative. Pride in the negative. How you doing? Just so insecure. Just so fearful. Just insecure. I don't even. Just insecure. Oh. So your insecurity is above his belief in you. I think he thinks you're pretty cool. I think he says that you're fearfully and wonderfully made. I think he says that you're good enough that he would die and shed his blood for you. I think you're good enough that he says, I got a place for you at my right hand. I think you're good enough that he says, I'll die for you over and over and over if I have to. But I'm so amazing I only have to die once for you. I think that you don't need insecurity because I know every cell in your body, every hair on your head. I know the sparrow falls from the sky. I know the disease you have. I know the fears you have. I know the brokenness. I know the lies that have been spoken to you. I know the tears that you have shed. I know the disappointments that have come into your life. I know that there's been deception. I know you've been taken advantage of. I know all of that, and none of that makes me think any less of you, so why do you think less of me?
Amen. Amen.
In Jesus' name. I think the last symptom I'm going to talk about, spiritual pride, looks like this. Lisa, if you want to come. And you too. The last spiritual pride I want to talk about is this. And church, we're really good at this one. We're really good at faking. We can talk and talk. We know the religious words. We can spew them on a Sunday morning. How you doing, brother? Glory to God. Good to see you today. Victory's ours. Amen?
Amen.
In Jesus' name, we're going to walk in the holiness of the Lamb. How are you doing? I am living the life of a victorious saint. But the truth of the matter is, when was the last time you just sat down with Jesus? Did you just clear the table of pride and selfish gain and try to accomplish something you're not capable of accomplishing? And lay down the busyness of life and put down the schedule and 2 cell phones and just... I read that prayer earlier by the Pharisee that said he was glad he wasn't like somebody else. Here's how that prayer concludes. I want you to listen. But the tax collector stood at the Now remember, the tax collector in this day was hated for his job. He was a swindler, he was a manipulator, he was a cheater. And he was Jewish, and he swindled and manipulated his own people. So he was a traitor. And you might owe the Roman government $1,000, and he would be encouraged to collect $1,300 and pocket $300 for himself. Old lady, young man, it doesn't matter. That's what the tax collector was. And it says, and the tax collector stood at a distance. He would not even look up to heaven. He beat his breast and said, listen to this, listen to this. Listen to this conversation. He beat his breast and said, God, have mercy on me. I'm a sinner. And he's right. He was. And Jesus' next line stuns me. I'll tell you that this man, rather than the other man, was justified. Why? This man didn't talk about his tithe. He didn't talk about attending church. He didn't talk about serving the children's ministry. He didn't even repent for his sins. He just said he had them. He just went out, laid on the table, and said, God, I'm a sinner. And God said, that guy is more justified than that guy. Why? Religious pride. When was the last time you went to Jesus and said, I am a mess? I just need to be real with you, Lord. I am a mess. I've been faking it. I've been lying to myself. I've been faking it. I don't even know the last time you and I talked, really talked. Lord, I come to you in all transparency to say I'm a mess. And he says, that mess, listen to that. He says, that mess is the perfect showcase. Let me justify that mess. Let me stand right in the middle. Let me be inside that showcase of a mess. See, on this journey we've been on, it'd be really easy for us to take it upon ourselves to stop thinking toxic thoughts, or stop those toxic influences, or to
stop those toxic words, or to prevent those toxic friends. And for some of that, we can do that for a while in our own strength, but at some point we're going to fail. It's only going to happen, we're only going to succeed if we lay down our selfish pride and say, Jesus, I am weak. Jesus said that in the Sermon on the Mount. He said these words, blessed is the poor in spirit. You know what poor in spirit is? Poor in spirit isn't depressed. Poor in spirit isn't without joy. Poor in spirit is, I'm bankrupt without the Holy Spirit. Blessed is the one that can admit that. Blessed is the one that can say, I'm a filthy tax collector, Lord. That's the best I got. And he says, that's so cool. You're my showcase.